What's up, everybody? So, I just had something really cool happen to me at the grocery store. Two ladies came up behind me as I was looking at some items and asked me if they could tell me something and just know that it was completely platonic. And you always get a little nervous when people start off by saying, "Can we tell you something?" Because I always think like, oh gosh, I've got a hole in my pants, or I'm sat in something, or you just never know where people are going with that. So I said, of course. And she then proceeded to pay me just a really kind compliment about my figure. And, you know, a girl never tires of hearing stuff like that. I'll tell you that for sure. But what was really interesting, we had a really great conversation because they asked me, what do I do? And I told them all about training with heavy weights and teaching Zumba, and equally as important as diet and all that kind of stuff. So I felt like I got to preach a little bit of the gym gospel today, or I guess healthy living gospel today. But what I walked away from that with, and you guys should know this, and I haven't mentioned anything about this because I don't know. I don't necessarily always feel like my insecurities or the things that I'm struggling with are things that you guys want to hear about. So just know that, I just had a healthy dose of perspective because all week, and it just so happens it coincides with just that lovely time on the calendar, that just I get all up in my feelings about the way I look and about my body. And when you start training with weights, let me just tell you, you are going to be, it's one of the best things that you could do, but you will also never be satisfied. You know, like you're always going to be looking for the next thing. And so anyway, having this experience where I was paid this compliment and it came out of nowhere, and I'm feeling all kinds of ways about myself because I do have days where I try to be confident and I try to be encouraging and I try to be motivating, and it is, I really try to focus on performance and I really try to focus on health and wellness and that aspect of it and about those things, because ultimately those are what matter. But I'm still a woman, and I still look at myself in the mirror sometimes and I think to myself, I'm nowhere near where I think I should be at this point in my journey. And I start comparing myself, and I start thinking about how much work and how much time I'm putting in, and that this is only where I'm at right now. And don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at it, because I know that I've made significant strides in my physique over time that I've been working on it, and I do work awfully hard. But also knowing this is, it's pretty incredible what has taken place. And so I never forget that, but I am still a woman, and I get all up in my insecurities, and I think like, oh, this needs to be tighter, or this needs to be higher, or that could be bigger, or, take your pick. But it caused me perspective because these two ladies were very, very kind and very, very sweet in the things that they said, the compliments that they paid me, and they seemed very sincere. Guys, no matter where you are in your journey, no matter how you're feeling about yourself, you should know that there is always somebody that would willingly trade places with you in a heartbeat. Like everybody's got their goal, everybody's got their person that they're looking at, and a lot of times we look at where we are right now as a little bit of our after picture, and people would kill to be where our before pictures are. Does that make sense? Because it's just, you just have to have perspective that you look at yourself maybe sometimes and you get caught up into thinking that you want things to look so much different than they do right now, that you lose sight of the fact that where you are right now is where you are, and that's just where you are. And it doesn't mean that you're always going to be there. It could always get better. It could get worse if you just give up. But it's perspective, It's never as bad as we think it is, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because here I am hating on myself this week, just with my body goals and where I am right now, and I can't do that. Well, you can do that. Everybody's entitled to do that if they want to, but you can't get stuck in it, You gotta recognize that where you are is just where you are right now. It's not always where you're gonna be. You can always push forward if you really want it and you want to work hard and you want to put in the work. That's key. You can move forward. You can progress forward if you want to, but always have that perspective that where we see ourselves is not really a reflection of where we are. sometimes we just need that healthy perspective. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys today because that was a pretty cool experience. That spoke a lot of life into me. That also says, a lot for if you see somebody that has something going on for them that you admire and you wish you had, compliment them. Compliments are never, ever, ever, they're always welcome, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, just wanted to share that. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope y'all are still working hard. Hope you're working towards your goal in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Just do it. You just got to get in there. You got to do it. The dream is free, but the hustle is not. So get out there, hustle, and y'all have a great weekend. Peace out.